Generally, a lot of people, their complaints are that it's aesthetic overfunction, but I don't care. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hey, my name is Thieyacine.
And I'm Drenusha Carkani.
And together we are the creators and co-founders of Curated Convos. And we just wanted to introduce ourselves to you, much like we interview our interviewees. And basically want you to know a little bit about us behind the camera.
Yeah, so we've noticed all the engagement. You guys have commented on our videos and we're so appreciative. And we always try to answer everybody.
Yeah.
So we hope we've answered your comments. And yeah, we just wanted to introduce ourselves to let you know who we are, why we came up with this idea of Curated Convos, and
the things we like, our favorite things.
And the things we don't like.
Precisely, yeah. A lot of that, for sure.
So we began interviewing folks and stores and vendors, because these are people we have bought from or we've talked to on a continuous basis. And then we thought, oh, hold on. We are in a city like New York, and there are these great personalities that have great vintage shops. Why not make it public for everybody out in the world to watch them, to hear their stories? They're really interesting stories they have. Not only are their personal stories interesting, but also the stories of the items they hold. So yeah, we just asked them. We asked the people we usually buy from if they want to be interviewed by us, and fortunately they said yes.
Yeah, I know. And New York just has such a plethora of characters that that collect and dabble in vintage, and it's New York. There's a lot to see, and there's a lot of there's a lot.
Yeah, and also their items that they usually talk about hold so much value and so many stories that it's hard to not want that on camera to share with other people, because when we've talked to our interviewees off camera, they've always had so much to talk about. We've been like, oh my God, this is so good for everybody else to listen to.
Yeah.
So that's why we interviewed them. And we were so appreciative that all of you like it as well.
Precisely, yeah. I mean, I know for myself, I got into vintage basically through vintage watches. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just being raised in New York. It's there's, you have the Christie's, you have the Sotheby's, and things like that. And a close friend of mine tipped me off, dude, you're if you're this into watches, you can actually go try these multi-million-dollar watches and stuff like that on. I was like, what, really? So I began making close friendships with all of the the watch dealers and stuff like that, and I got to go try on all this cool stuff, and they tell me why this is expensive and and I learned about provenance and where the importance of things, just and why people collect these old 70 to 100-year-old things. Yeah. And they had such character and personality. And then that led to other things, of course. As soon as I met you, of course, you got me into other vintage things.
Other vintage things, yeah. For me, I was raised in Sweden, and I moved to New York in my 20s. But being raised in Sweden, my dad and I, we used to always go to flea markets and thrift shops, and he used to always want to make a bargain, and he used to tinker with watches like yourself, and he used to tinker with everything. In our house, we were a big family, so our house was always cluttered. So in a way, it taught me to declutter.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah.
Because I don't know, it was so much, I learned so much from my dad in terms of finding vintage items or finding old items to cherish, but I feel it got too much of it, and then the house gets cluttered.
Right.
But yeah, and then in New York, and then I found thrift shops and flea markets in New York, and I was so enamored by so many things. And then we met each other.
Yeah.
And then I showed you my interest of, we meshed it. And then I showed you my interest of everything. And like I usually, not only does the item fascinate me, but like the story. Like I love that somebody sat like say 100 years ago with a chair.
No.
They sat and like tinkered with the chair and put so much love into it, and then eventually had to part with their little baby. So just the thought of, and then once they parted with it, a family sat on that chair, and that chair holds so many memories, and it holds so many stories.
Precisely.
And then it came into our hands, and we're creating memories and stories with ourselves, with our kids. I'm saying kids as if we have 10 of them. We have 2 kids.
Yeah, of course, yeah, 2. Just 2, yeah.
Yeah, and like just what this item can mean to our children. It's other stories that are created, and how many memories a specific chair or table holds. It just fascinates me.
Yeah, it's almost like a talisman, basically. It just holds on to memories. Regardless if it's a vase or if it's a lamp or chairs or something, you know that it's loved, it's used.
Yeah.
And it kind of like hurts me inside when I see like something just being mass produced, and you just go online and click buy now. It's like okay, you and like a bajillion other people are gonna have that same exact thing, and you're probably gonna toss it. It's gonna end up in a landfill. But
exactly.
Yeah, the likelihood of everything we have in any apartment that we move into or house, we know that everything there is going to go to like our kids or go to a good home if we do decide to part with it. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
And then speaking of like parting with things, like for us, we have a number 1 rule.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually like you tend to like items more than I do. I take my time. I like myself to just think about it for a few days.
I'm a
little
easier.
Buy it.
Easier to please. Yeah.
So like we have a rule, like because both of us like different things sometimes, often, and then both of us like the same exact thing. Where we're like, oh my god, yes. So when we don't like the same thing, we have to like sleep on it. That's the rule.
Exactly.
And also the other rule is like, nothing comes into our home unless both of us 100% like it.
Yes.
So usually you like something.
I like a lot of stuff. Yes,
of stuff.
But you've taught me how to like taper, like tone it down a bit, breathe, think about it.
Which is my sleep on it.
Yes,
always
sleep on it. Yes, always sleep on it. Always
my sleep on it rule.
Yeah.
And then usually he sleeps on it or I sleep on it. It's happened. And then you're like, actually, do I need it? Yeah. Does it actually serve a purpose in our home?
Precisely.
Will it clutter our space? So these are the kind of things we usually think about.
Precisely.
In addition to the story it holds, of course, and the provenance.
Precisely. And also being at least for myself, being raised in New York, like space is such a luxury in itself. So you really have to be careful with like the things you bring in. Yeah. You have to make sure like you love it. Like what's that woman's name? Kondo. Like she says, like, do you love it? You have to actually love it. You have to appreciate this like object.
Exactly.
And in order to bring it into your home, because it's your personal space. Everything has an energy, I think.
Yeah.
Everything. That's the thing about vintage. Like everything carries an energy, at least for us, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then we've like, it's also a way for us, at least, it's become a way to not overconsume, because like with today's society and how things work in the media and social media especially, like everything is like thrown into your face of how much items you should buy and what you need. And you technically don't need it perhaps unless it's serving a purpose. At least this is for us, and to each their own, of course.
Right.
But for us, it feels like we try so hard to be against the overconsumption, which is great on one hand because it's good for nature and things of that sort. But also it's like in terms of what we teach our own children to not overconsume. Somehow, doesn't it become like a rebellious act?
It is.
Sort of to buy thrifted.
It is like a rebellious act. Yeah, you're basically telling to the companies that, well, you're basically unmarketable too, I think. Exactly. I think so. Like it's really hard. Like we're aiming for things that make us feel something, but it can't be new. It can't be too new, you know. It's
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
it has to have a story. Like it
Yeah.
has to have a story. It has to have for me at least, for you too.
Purpose.
Like, purpose.
Yeah.
Especially when you have kids, I feel like
Functionality.
Functionality, because when you have young kids and we have a toddler and a baby, and you just tend to collect so much things.
Yeah.
And eventually you don't have space for anything at all. So we also try to like not do that.
Don't do that either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, kids are like if you think about it, like I feel like kids are the best like environmentally when it comes to like objects, because you can either buy them a new toy or you can give them like a broom handle. Like they're okay, they'll probably pick the broom handle. Like it's just, you know, they don't need like a lot of stuff. So just it's you know, we're not like professional parents or anything like that. We're totally new at this.
Yeah. We're just winging it.
Yeah, we're just winging it, of course. But and the odd thing, isn't it weird that like they just, regardless of all of the priceless kind of items that we have in our apartment, they never like touch it. They don't gravitate towards it at anything at all. Like
I think they get used to it.
Yeah, they get right. I think
they're used to it. Because if you think about it, like when we have guests over with toddlers,
oh my god,
the toddlers like just like gravitate to everything that looks like maybe not shiny, but that looks like polished or whatever.
Yeah, they'll hang on something like this, like
yeah. But I think you also teach a child, of course, it's their home. They learn how to live with items. So it becomes like something organic.
Yeah, it's just a lamp or whatever. It's just a lamp or just a table to them.
Yeah, because a lot of our friends have actually asked us like, oh, but how do you have so many, how do you take care of your things? How don't your toddlers like ruin them? And
they don't.
They don't. Like, she learns to live it. Maybe it's like interesting for a couple of hours when we bring something home that is new, but then she forgets about it. Then it's like anything else, like a chair or a table that she sits on. Like it's nothing. It's nothing. That holds great like toy value for her.
I guess it's like people who have like tons of fancy art in their home, like. I mean, a Picasso is just a painting to a 2-year-old. It's nothing. It's just like, oh, okay, that's the painting that has the, I don't know, the yellow bird on it, whatever. It's nothing. Cool. It's nothing but a memory to them. It's nothing but. So you get used. They familiarize themselves and get comfortable with anything.
And then what I do like about like buying vintage is not only are you putting a restraint on yourself in what you're buying, but also it takes such a long time to actually find something.
It does.
It does.
It's a hunt. You're hunting.
And I'm sure everybody we've interviewed have talked about this too. It is a freaking hunt. Like you just wait. Like I think for this lamp by Verner Panton, like I think 2 years, 2.5. I was looking for it, or we were looking for it because we decided, okay, this is a lamp that is classic, and you can't believe that the upper part and the lower part, they are such in symbiosis. They live in symbiosis.
Perfect.
They like reflect, the upper part reflects to the lower part, and they work together. And I feel like we've brought this specific lamp to every home or apartment we've lived in, because it just sets the tone for how we decorate everything else. Because it's just a classic piece. I mean, it's from 1971. And we were looking for it for such a long time on like auction houses, flea markets. There's
always something missing. Either the top is cracked, or like the knob at the top is missing, or you know,
or the color is chipped at the bottom.
Yeah, it's too chipped, or it's not off-white enough, or it's too plastic.
And what was funny about this specific lamp is that we were looking for it, like I said, for about 2 years, 2.5, and we could never find the perfect one, at least perfect for us, what suits us. So then I was like scrolling through Craigslist almost weekly. So then I found it on Craigslist, and it was actually East Village of New York. I remember it was raining, but I don't know if it was like November or February. I have no idea, but it was cold.
It was like right out of a movie. It was very.
And you were working, and I was like, after work, we really have to go and pick up this thing. And I don't know, the pictures are great, but I don't know the price. The price is amazing.
Craigslist can be shady.
Craigslist can be so shady.
So rewarding, but it can, you want to make sure you go with somebody.
Yeah, it really teaches you patience. Anyway, so then I text the guy and I'm like, oh my God, this price is too good. There's something wrong. Either he's shady or the lamp doesn't look like the pictures. But let's go test it out. So it's like, it's winter-ish. So it's raining and it's like evening. And then we go to pick it up, and this was like close to the, what was it? It was the F train?
Just right off the F train, I think like just right off of Houston.
Something. And then we go there and we go up the stairs, and then once we get up there, he had the lights off, which was weird, and he comes by the door, and he's like, no, just one of you. And I'm like, babe, I'm gonna take this. He's like, no, I'm gonna go in there. And I'm like, no, I have to look at it, guys. I have to check everything, that everything is right. So then you go, I go in there, and he just puts his, I'm like, put your foot on the door.
Kind of wedge my foot at the door, make
put
sure.
Put your foot on the door, just in case. So that's what you do, and then I come into this apartment, and he had a very small, like a studio, maybe studio and a half.
Typical,
everything was off. He had boxes, and then he had put the lamp on a corner and lit it. So I was like, oh my God, and then I investigated, take out my camera, put the flashlight on, and I'm like, oh my God, it's freaking amazing. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, no, all I need, and then he was super chill about it. He's like, yeah, the thing is, I was like, why are you trying to sell it? He goes like, well, I'm trying to sell it because I'm moving to Denmark. He was a Scandi also. So he's like, I'm moving to Denmark and I can't bring it with me. So I'm trying to give it a great home. And think, if you're going to buy it, don't ruin it. I'm
like, all right, check.
Check. I think we're the right people for that. So we buy it and then we just like ran out of it. just in case he would change his mind. So this holds a good story. See, and God knows how many people owned it before the Danish guy. Like it's from 1971, so you never know. And that's my story, right? And I'm gonna share it with the kids.
And isn't that more rewarding than just going online and like, okay, here you go. How many thousands of dollars here? Click. Okay, buy now. Which is fine too if that's your thing, that's fine. Not ours. But.
It's not our thing, but I feel like my thing is the chase. I freaking love it. I live for the chase.
Yes.
And you have a similar story, right?
I do. My recent purchase that you were a little apprehensive about.
As for you.
Understandable. We were thrifting in Sweden, and it's I forget. Do you know the Swedish term for it? Like for basically when someone passes away, like like their things are collected.
It's called dödsbo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like a collective. Not only that, but just like a collection, people who can pay their debts or whatever, as well. But anyway, I find way like in the back of the electronics section. I was looking for I'm really into like the Y2K kind of thing lately because I was raised in the 90s in New York City, so it brings back a lot of nostalgia, like cassette tapes, CDs and stuff like that, Casio watches. So anyway, I saw all the way in the back of the electronics section these two glass doors basically covered in dust.
It was gross.
It was gross.
I don't even know how he saw it. This was like a lot of cables. They were like, I don't even know. They were all twisted
and dusty. I know. And I found it and I was like, hold on. I know that distinctive silhouette of this thing. This is a Beomaster 3000. This is a Bang Olufsen. For those of you that don't know, if you know, you know. But it's the Bang Olufsen. They're like a really high-end, basically, they do audio and stereo equipment. They make the best, like beautifully designed things. Generally, a lot of people, their complaints are that it's aesthetic overfunction, but I don't care. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And this one was made like in the 2000s or something. And I saw it in every single rap video, pop video, like Destiny's Child, whatever, like all of that. It was like just featured in so many videos, like to show. It was like
movies, no?
And movies too.
That's how he pitched it for me. He's like,
James Bond, all of that. It was just the coolest. And the big selling feature is that like you wave your hand in front of the glass doors and the glass doors open and then the CD player top opens up and it starts turning. Really high-end technology at the time. Obviously really archaic now, but I don't care. It just brings back so much nostalgia to me. And that's my story to it. That's my connection to vintage. it just, you know, I don't even have the speakers for it, and I don't care about it. Yet. But I'll take my time on it. But just right now, just the emotion that it brings out in me, just
Yeah, exactly. I can see it now. Like, when he came to me with this dusty machine, I was like, "Are you what the heck is that?" No,
like
no. I was like, "No, absolutely not." He's like, "No, listen." And then he was like a child, and I was like, "Oh my god, you just lit up!" And I was like, "He's like, oh, it's James Bond movies, this, that, and this video, and this. You have to." I was like, okay, I really like it. I trust your judgment.
But
if you get it dusted off.
I slept on it, like.
Oh yeah. Actually,
I did.
Yes,
I came back exactly. I did.
You slept on it.
Great
I
husband.
told him, please sleep on it and just put it on hold. Which you did. And the next morning, you're like, I gotta have it. But also in the evening before, you showed me all the videos, and I was like, fine, go get it. You're like a candy. Candy. You're like a child in a candy shop. Please go get it.
For sure.
So.
Here we are.
So that was also, I guess, a rebellious act.
It was a rebellious act, better than, it's not, it's been made, it's been loved, it's been cared for. Clearly, it runs beautifully. I plugged in the little, audio port, and the music's great.
It even had a CD on it. I forgot what CD, but now it gives you a reason to collect old CDs.
Precisely, yes. Once again, you're helping the environment, all these old CDs not being used, it's going to bring back all these memories.
Yeah. Another thing is that what I feel is like recently, or at least maybe last couple of years, or like a few years, vintage items have become so sought after, which is beyond my comprehension of why. When I remember, like I said before in the beginning, my father and I going out to thrift shops and vintage shops to find cheap things, affordable things, and that they are not now. Like, they're not affordable necessarily unless you hunt for them.
I don't want to say any names, obviously, because it's, for obvious reasons, but it's just like some people are just price gouging just based off of the trend that's going on, and I feel like capitalism is intersecting with care and emotion of like these objects that people treasure so much. It kind of sucks, It's supposed to be Lars, I think, from
Lenovo Design.
Yeah, from Lenovo Design. Really good guy. He said this used to be democratic furniture. It used to be for the people, and it's not that anymore, really.
Unfortunately, but the thing is, even though it kind of gets me upset that vintage items are becoming more pricier. On one hand, I get upset by it, but then on the other hand, I'm like, okay, so I get it. It's somebody handmade this, and somebody else kept it and took care of it and lived with it for many years, and maybe it changed families as well through generations, or just jumped to other people. So that story, that provenance also holds some value. So on one hand, I kind of get pissed off. On the other hand, I'm like, you know what? It's kind of worth it also. Maybe not the price gouging is not worth it, but putting it on a price that, I don't know, we've bought chairs on secondhand that could have been, that like a new chair would cost more than the one we bought from the secondhand, and they're equally well preserved.
Precisely.
They look like new, basically.
I'm a big advocate for when you do buy something. I understand it depends on your geography, but I know in New York we generally tend to like to meet the person selling it, and then there you can actually negotiate.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas it's not like just a set price, or they might have a specific price, but generally like collectors will like a collector will recognize another collector and will kind of work with each other, like the lamp, he knew that we would take care of it, so he worked on us with the price. But just if it's like if you're just a big conglomerate just hoarding vintage stuff and just keeping it in some storage that no one's ever going to use, like that's
it's kind of unfair.
That's bull.
To people like us who just want to enjoy it, and live with it, and pass it on to our kids.
Precisely.
Speaking about passing it on to the next generation, what do you feel about that?
I'm super excited about that, actually. Great. Like every time, like if I see our daughter Era, her name is Era. If I see her like getting a little bit too too rough with something, I'm like, you're only breaking your own, you're breaking your own stuff. I'm gonna show you a picture of this.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, you may remember, yeah, that could have been yours, but you broke it, whatever.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's no, but I love the, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, me too. I just love the fact that the thing is they learn to live with the item, but also if you tell them a story, because children I feel like stories in our case.
They do.
If you tell our daughter, the toddler, if you tell her that this holds a story. I mean, I used to work at Christie's and I was just like enamored by all the things that held stories and memories.
Yes.
And yeah, when you get to work with all these like couches and chairs and tables and art that is like timeless, you really see the value of it. And I feel like we also try to teach our children that, because when you tell Era, it's like, no, mommy, mommy and daddy went to New York, we bought this and we bought that. It gives her a story. She's like, okay, fine, it means a lot.
It means a lot too.
I want to. But yeah, so.
I think it's great. And it's not going to end up in some landfill, like I said. It's you're fighting consumerism. It's when she's ready to go to college or wherever. She's got some great tables and chairs and a whole bunch of things that she can carry on with her and give to her kids and her kids' kids.
Yeah, and then also how they will decide to decorate their spaces and hope they minimize clutter.
Yep, that's it.
And yeah,
that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. That's all we had for now, and I hope you enjoyed.
Yep, that's it.